As a young citizen of India, armed with technology, knowledge, and love for my nation, with a vision of transforming India into a developed nation, I'm joining Shobhit University. What about you?
Very good morning to all the participants from India and abroad. Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology Meerut, deemed to be university, and its centers of excellence, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Applications, and Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Applications, in association with African Asian Rural Development Organization, ARDO, New Delhi, organize this weekly international webinar series on open source digital technology towards self-reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, 18th September 2021. On behalf of the Honorable Chancellor, His Excellency, the Secretary General ARDO, Honorable Vice Chancellor, the faculty members of the university, and on my behalf, and as Professor Emeritus and Chairman of Center of Excellence, Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Applications, and Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application, and Center for Health Informatics and Computing. Well, let me welcome our guest speakers of today's webinar, Dr. S. Arumuga Perumal. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
And is Associate Professor, Head Department of Computer Science and Research, South Travancore Hindu College, Nagercoil, State of Tamilnadu. Today's topic is enabling technologies for future vision. Let me repeat. Today's topic is on enabling technologies for future vision. I wish to inform the participants and the guest speaker that under this international webinar series, these two centers of excellence, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Applications and Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application, have organized 42 lectures so far on the titles Open Technologies to Provision Simple and Economical IT Infrastructure, a roadmap for students using free and open source software and reaching goals of Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India. Open source software and industrial IoTs for SMEs. Free and open source software adoption and business models. Open data platform for smart digital government. Technology imperatives. Make in India for self-reliance. Edge artificial intelligence. Data governance for self-reliant India. Digital India transforming governance and society. India's email service, citizen@indiamail.com, in 22 constitutionally recognized languages. Ecosystem architecture for digital transformation. Education systems, cyber critical infrastructure. Seizing opportunities in open innovation and value creation network in the digital world for self-reliant economy. Ensuring food safety and compliance through technology. Digital India, urgent need for semiconductor manufacturing in India. Technology investment in agriculture value chain, role of foreign direct investments. Entrepreneurship and skill development, AI design pathways. The rise of platform economy, revisiting value chain governance. The era of automation, industrial robotics, and Industry 4.0 Indo-German perspective of technology transfer, skill gap analysis, and opportunities. Role of artificial intelligence in healthcare, current developments in diagnosis and vaccine research. Digital agri-tech and agri-startup perspective. Health informatics network value chain, e-health systems, and beyond. leveraging emerging technologies for ensuring transparent and traceable agri and food supply chains, unleash the power of citizen development for enterprise software development, e-governance models towards sustained quality service to citizens backed up by technology, Indian MSMEs to adopt Industry 4.0 technology capabilities, urgent need for mentorship and accelerator program, building public digital platform using microservices and APIs, health informatics network value chain, early childhood development and learning, health informatics network value chain, clinical AI, interface between machine learning and health informatics. This will revolutionize all primary health centers in the country. Health informatics network value chain, importance of social medicine and community health in the times of health emergency. Gravity filter, G-filter, a simple low-cost solution to the drinking water treatment in rural India. Open source GovTech startups empowering growth with automation. Digital transformation in small enterprises and small businesses of India, challenges and opportunities. National Digital Twin Program, need for a robust geospatial infrastructure. Industry 4.0 in MSMEs, benefits of indigenously developed Collab CAD, 3D CAD, and project lifecycle management software from National Informatics Center. Mass serialization and anti-counterfeiting solutions to fight illicit trade. Cybersecurity, risk, challenges and solutions, intelligence approach to reduce cyber risk. New Internet IPv6 root server toward Atmanirbhar. Indian startups, reflections, and possible policy interventions needed for scaling up to Gram Panchayat. Blockchain and crypto for digital assets platform, pathways for global trade. Robot as a service, leverage technology to solve enterprise challenges. Space startups connecting markets, international markets. Space startups connecting to international markets with emerging business models. Today is the 43rd edition of this very important webinar series. We'll have the talk by our guest speaker, Dr. S. Arumuga Perumal, Associate Professor, Head Department of Computer Science and Research, South Travancore Hindu College, Nagercoil, Kanyakumari District, State of Tamilnadu, on the topic, Enabling Technologies for Future Vision. Dear participants, you note the keywords from the topic, Enabling Technologies, and how it leads to the future vision. There are a lot of topics which have been covered in this webinar series, which is a growing list. Atmanirbhar Bharat, the road ahead. It is the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, for making India a self-reliant nation rested on 5 I's: intent, inclusion, investment, infrastructure, and innovation, based on 5 pillars, namely quantum jump in economy, infrastructure, one that represents modern India, systems that is 21st century technology driven, vibrant demography, source of energy for self-reliant India, and demand, whereby the strength of our demand and supply chain should be utilized to full capacity. We should remove all the constraints in supply chain. This was announced on 15th May 2020 by the central government through a special and comprehensive economic package of rupees 20 lakh crore that accounts for 10% of India's GDP to bring the economy back on track, and which is visible today in India. The economy is back on track. Vocal for local to make it global. A demand-based economy system which is self-producing and self-consuming. Make in India, make for India, and make for global. The reforms announced have been systematic, planned, integrated, interconnected, and futuristic for creating strong enterprises, generating employment, and robust supply chain. This is our intent. Intellectual property rights, design in India, design hub of the world. The central government to impart training and awareness to 10 lakh students on IPR matters in this Azadi Ka Amrut Mahotsav from 15th August 2021 to 15th August 2022. Intellectual property is the key for success of Startup India, Make in India, and Design in India. Design in India. Powered by intellectual property, India can be the innovation powerhouse of the world. Aim to make India the design hub of world. We have India, there exists a national IPR policy for Creative India and Innovative India. Digital India program aims to transform India into a knowledge-based economy and a digitally empowered society. On February 20, 2029, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology published a report titled India's $1 trillion economy, digital opportunity. India's $1 trillion digital opportunity in collaboration with McKinsey and Company. This report was, published in collaboration with McKinsey and Company. This report identified about 30 digital themes. If scaled up nationally, can accelerate India's progress in 9 key areas. This is a very important themes for all the engineering colleges who teach computer science as a discipline to the students. Digital world, the rise of platform economy. Platform economy is a tendency for commerce to increasingly move towards and favor digital platform business modes. The platform economy provides an opportunity for SMEs and startups. The evolving digital economy is closely associated with several frontier technologies and are fueled by data. The technologies are blockchain, data analytics, artificial intelligence, 3D printing, Internet of Things, automation and robotics, and cloud computing. Digital platform economy is emerging, and digital ecosystems are essential for digital transformation in the digital world. There are also another category of digital transformation technologies: cloud computing, mobile phones, IoT platforms, social media, GPS, advanced human-computer interactions, user data collection, analysis of big data and advanced algorithms, augmented reality, wearable devices, smart sensors, 3D printing, and authentication and intrusion detection. Emerging technologies, a realistic understanding, because India is an agrarian economy. Information theory of Claude Elwood Shannon, 1948, he pronounced information theory. True Internet of Things IoT by Kevin Ashton in 1999, because he wanted to have a complete monitored supply chain, have impacted the information theory of Claude Elwood Shannon of 1948. True Internet of Things of Kevin Ashton, 1999, have impacted digital technological applications very decisively in various development fields. Let me quote from agriculture: the emerging green revolution. It is not GREEN. This is green, GRIN. Genomics, robotics, informatics, and nanotechnology. G is for genomics, and R is for robotics, and I is for informatics, and N is for nanotechnology. This paradigm facilitates digitalization process in agriculture system intensively And therefore, demand for agricultural informatics professionals for this paradigm is echoing. To bridge the gap of increasing and evolving human resources on IT startups in farming sector throughout the country. The future of agriculture technology includes IoT, big data analytics, and smart farming through farm extension delivery mechanisms. Achieving farm extension 4.0 at village level leads to development of smart farmer, smart farming, and smart village in an agriculture ecosystem, leading to a national open digital ecosystem node in the country. National open digital ecosystem. Our country is an agrarian economy and hence requires to be digitalized to have a digitalized agriculture economy. Agriculture data has become a major source of competitive advantage. Future technologies in digital ecosystems in the planet, as pronounced by United Nations, satellite drones and sensors, cloud and edge computing, artificial intelligence and machine learning, Internet of Things, platforms and social media, blockchain and distributed databases, open source software and commercial software, mobile phones and applications, augmented and virtual reality, and these are all the frontier technologies which are needed for digital ecosystem for the planet as prescribed by United Nations for development. Industry 4.0 is today and Industry 5.0 will rule tomorrow. Fourth industrial revolution is the ongoing automation of traditional manufacturing and industrial practices using modern smart technology. The key technologies are A, B, C, D, E. A means artificial intelligence, analytics and operations research. B means blockchain. C means cloud, IoT, 5G communications. And D is big data. And E is ecosystem. So, adoption of these key technologies in 5 categories, A, B, C, D, are very important. The students who come out of IT discipline or computer science discipline, or for that matter, discipline, any other discipline, the graduates have to come out, has to have a sound knowledge in these 5 categories of technologies. May 2018 report on digital transformation initiative by the World Economic Forum identified following 7 technologies as being fundamental to the ongoing revolution. AI, once again, is number 1. Autonomous vehicles, big data analytics and cloud, customs manufacturing and 3D printing, IoT and connected devices, robots and drones, and social media and platforms. First, as shown above, many other emerging technologies such as autonomous vehicles, drones, and smart manufacturing have a lot in common with AI and IoT. There is a ruling bottom-up technologies. And it means that the students who come out from engineering colleges have to have a sound knowledge on AI and IoT. It has to be a compulsory subject. And it could be seen in themselves as domains where these fundamental technologies are having a big impact. Second, these 3 areas make sense because we are always seeking to engineer systems that are smart. That is, systems to engineer systems that are smart, where AI can help. So all smart systems have to have a sound basis. It should be built on AI. The next is how blockchain can help is the decentralized and trustworthy sections. And where the connected devices and IoT come, that is networked and linking to new source of data. This is also, they say it, ABC. A means the technology AI, where it can help, that is smart systems. And B is blockchain. This is where to achieve decentralized and trustworthiness. And then C is that this networked and linking to new sources of data. IoT technologies are also allowing us to control what was previously out of reach, IoT and industrial IoT. Industrial IoT are, transforming manufacture, industries, and IoTs are transforming consumer sections, chapters. Machine learning algorithms are the backbone of emerging technologies. Machine learning algorithms. 10 emerging technologies making impact in 2020. Which are they? Once again, this is AI. Second is 5G. Third is IoT. And fourth is serverless computing. Fifth is biometrics. Sixth is augmented reality, virtual reality. Seventh is blockchain. Eighth is robotics. 9 is natural language processing. And 10 is quantum computing. In the history of technology, emerging technologies are contemporary advances and innovations in various fields of technology. Over centuries, innovative methods and new technologies are developed and opened up. Some of these technologies are due to theoretical research and others from commercial research and development. This is from the definition from Wikipedia. New technologies driving the fourth industrial revolution. The new technologies driving the fourth industrial revolution will be key to the global recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic. Industry 4.0 technologies will be key to the global recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic, but only if they are harnessed properly. 5 visions of a future influenced by emerging technologies, which has emerged from the Global Technology Governance Summit 2020 of World Economic Forum, are synthetic biology. There is biological computing, could change the world. Diminished reality. So now it's starting in the line of augmented reality, virtual reality, and combined reality. Now it is the era of diminished reality. And we will move beyond the devices. And real investment in human capital. This is an important thing, that if you wanted to have a digital transformation, and AI won't take our jobs. It is a confirmation to the people that AI will replace the job. This comes from World Economic Forum, Global Technology Governance Summit. And you also see the another area where the startups are coming. It is in the space technology. Space technology is the future. And as per the Antrix PwC study reports, Indian space economy is valued at $7 billion, which is around 2% of the global space economy. Of this, upstream activities contribute $2.3 billion and downstream activities contribute 4.7 billion. But it has to go up to 50 billion. So 50 billion US dollars, Indian space economy. It means that it is in the hands of space startups. And India has got about 120 active startups, out of which 40 startups are engaged in government at present. And government incentives for both the startups and MSMEs are prerequisite elements for the ecosystem to get the first push. And since the present chairman of the ISRO is from the Kanyakumari district and is also from the same ST Hindu College, and I strongly feel that once a space startup should come in ST Hindu College. And it's the responsibility of the speaker, Professor Dr. S. Arumuga Perumal. And various countries have established, several business incubation centers. And India needs to replicate similar success and follow similar strategy. 6 things that the world would be missing if it was not for the open source initiative. Which are they? Linux, by Linus Torvalds, in 1991. Android, Google 2009. Geographical Information System, the product of map overlay for statistical systems from the US Department of Interior in 1978. WordPress for content management, WordPress for content management system, and Firebox for browser, and Liferay for portal, intranet and extranet. Latest educational technology, virtual reality and augmented reality are emerging technologies to dominate classrooms. And in 2021, these are all follow the big trend which has been identified are social media in learning, STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts and maths. Previously, they used to have STEM. Now it is STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics-based programs. Immersive learning with VR and AR, virtual reality and augmented reality. Gamification, learning analytics, artificial intelligence, big data, blockchain, video-assisted learning, and e-learning. And IoT, enabling technology is the innovation or invention that can be applied to drive radical change in the capabilities of a user or a culture. Enabling technologies are characterized by rapid development of subsequent derivative technologies, often in diverse fields. For example, IoT enabling technologies, wireless sensor network, cloud computing, big data analytics, communication protocols, and embedded systems. So these are all the enabling technologies in the IoT sector. You take smart city. Now we are supposed to have about 400 smart cities in the country after our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi, took over as the Prime Minister in 2014. The enabling technology in smart cities are, once again, IoT, big data, cyber physical systems, ICT, wireless sensor network, sensory devices, security protocols, artificial intelligence, including machine learning and deep learning, blockchain, cloud and edge computing, 5G technology, and geospatial technology. Nagercoil has become a corporation, and it is your pilot area to convert as a smart city. That's why I included this example. Enabling technology in Industry 4.0, autonomous vehicle, simulation, system integration, Internet of Things, cyber security, cloud computing, additive manufacturing, and augmented reality and big data. With this background, let us now turn to the address by our guest speaker, Dr. S. Arumuga Perumal, Fellow of Indian Engineers, Associate Professor and Head Department of Computer Science and Research, South Travancore Hindu College, Nagercoil, Kanyakumari District, State of Tamilnadu, on the topic Enabling Technologies for Future Vision. This topic will motivate and galvanize the participants watching over telecast through facebook.com Sobit University India or youtube.com Sobit University in or linkedin.com /company/Sobit-University for motivating them to harness the power of transformers, technology, and capital to establish startups, to become open APIs for effective collaboration with the emerging deep tech startups in the country. Let me introduce our guest speaker to the participants of this webinar. Mr. Manish, can we put the profile? Dr. S. Arumuga Perumal is an associate professor and head of the Department of Computer Science and Research, South Travancore Hindu College, Nagercoil, Tamilnadu, India, and chairman IP of ITE Trivandrum Center. He received his MS degree in software systems from BITS Pilani and PhD degree in computer science from Manonmaniam Sundarnad University and chartered engineer from Institution of Engineers and Institution of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineers. He has extensive research interest including Internet of Things, green computing, image processing. He has been a technical track chair, tutorial chair, publication chair, and session chair for more than 50 international conferences. He has published more than 100 international academic research papers. He is a professional engineer of Engineering Council of India, Senior member of Computer Society of India, senior member of IEEE, fellow of IEEE, fellow of IETE, and fellow of IAC SIT. He is involved in various academic activities such as curriculum development and professional society activities. He got Best Teachers Award from Government of Tamilnadu, IET Award, CSI Award for Academic Excellence, Asiriyar Chammal Award, and Eminent Engineer Award from Institution of India, the Engineers and India, Madurai. Dr. Arumuga Perumal has successfully guided a number of PhD scholars under his guidance and served as an advisor for many industries. He has delivered a number of international invited talks in Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, and Bangkok, and China, and promoted IET activities through its technical expertise. So thank you very much, Dr. S. Arumuga Perumal, for joining this international webinar series on open source digital technologies for self-reliant India Atmanirbhar Bharat on the topic enabling technologies for future vision. Over to you for your address. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your introduction, sir. So good afternoon to all, and have a nice time to enjoy this session. First of all, I thank Moni, Professor Moni sir, for inviting me to deliver a lecture in this topic, enabling technologies for future vision. And also, a great initiative by Soviet University with the help of Professor Moni for organizing this webinar series on open source and digital technology for self-reliant India. All of you know that ICT play a major role. ICT revolution has transformed the whole world, and it improved the speed, efficiency, and the effectiveness of the communication system beyond our imagination. So, the fast development of communication technology leads to the development of ICT, which in turn leads to the development of IoT, which is the hot topic of research where all the industries are struggle to implement. The IoT is not a single technology. It is an integration of technology. It is an integration of all the technologies where Moni sir already said about the artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data, and all these things. And life at the start of the millennium was completely unlike today and filled with technology by the year 2040. So there is no longer this technology is no longer known to the modern generation. So what we are going to do? The next level, IoT. So IoT, a system which is a grouped entity made up of interrelated elementary units which jointly perform a task to achieve a common goal. So what is a system? Normally, in our computer term, a system is defined as a grouped entity which is made up of interrelated elementary units which all jointly perform a task to achieve our common goal. In the similar way, IoT is a system which has the entity of hardware, software, procedure, embedded technology, sensor technology, communication technology, and all these technologies are integrated so that we have a chance to design a smart devices for the use of IoT. So what IoT is? How to design a smart device? Why we call that as smart? A device which is smart means a device should be sustainable, it should be maintainable, it should be affordable, and it should be research oriented and tech issue. All the things can be included. And when we talk about the communication, the first level of communication is between human to human. The next level of communication is between human to machine. And the third level of communication is machine to machine, where the machine will automatically transfer data to the cloud and take decision and activate another device without the intervention of human. This is the future. So the technology changes expected in the future are virtual cloud, where the data and the transformation might be available virtually by air. We are surrounded by data.
You would like to show your PowerPoint, Mr. Professor
Yes,
Arvind
sir.
Perumal? Right. Okay, fine.
Demonstration. First to tell something, some introduction about the technologies. And AI will resemble the real intelligence in the future. So we are new to the driverless car, where by 2040, most of the cars are automated and all the gadgets are replaced by voice commands and by gesture. So the medical treatments will be robotic driven. 3D printing will be the product development and construction work which will be handling in the future. AI and machine learning are the future technology which fully relies on collaboration. So AI and ML will be the future technology which fully relies on collaboration and adaptive learning. What is 21st century of learning? The students must know about the 21st century of learning concentrate on 5 C's. What are the 5 C's? Yes, students have creativity and knowledge. He has critical thinking. He has communication skill. He has collaborative skill. And everything must be in computational thinking format. So the intelligence come from these 5 C. What we are going to do in the future. So we have to educate a student and how to make the students to become an entrepreneur in the future. So for this, we are moving towards open source software. In open source, why we go for open? Because a open source is a software developed by the members of the education community who all work together to share the ideas and build professional learning networks, have a chance to build professional learning work and have a chance to work together to share the ideas. So what we have to do, the educators and the developers are working together and have the ability to create a quality open source and affordable software and hardware to build the values, but how the most of the matters are doing things. So these are some of the tools which are available and which cannot be offered commercial systems, and we have to design a system in such a way that most of the students should be educated for the new next generation by using the open source, so that the open source can be automatically updated. And normally we are using the package, we call that as LAMP, the FOSS package LAMP, Linux, Apache, MySQL, and Python. So this is a open source language where the students are educated. And the technology we are moving towards the next level is in consumer segment, the smart homes and the equipment with the smart thermometers, smart stars, and smart appliances, and all the connecting heating lights and devices in our houses are connected. All these are connected to the virtual devices also, virtual assistants. So for example, if a student is willing to develop a smart product, for example, TP-Link bulb is there, Philips bulb is smart bulb is there. So if we connect the smart bulb in our house and these bulbs are connected to Alexa devices, Alexa virtual assistant devices, and these devices will automatically on and off by the help of voice command, and also it detects the motion of the particular house owner and automatically adjust the color and automatically adjust the brightness of the color. All these things are automatically happen with the intervention, without the intervention of human. This is the future. So I want to share my screen now. So In olden days, our grandpas are living in the agricultural society where the cultivation is the major work. The next level, we are moving to the industry society where raw materials are converted into products and we are expected to sell it in the market. Then second generation. And we are moving towards the third generation called knowledge society where innovation and sharing is the most important factors to be considered in this society. So knowledge play a major role. If we reverse the same picture, the knowledge applied to industrial society will lead to industry 4.0, where industry 4.0, all the machines are equipped with sensors. The sensor automatically identify the condition of the machine and it transfer information to the owner of the company that the machine is in a critical condition and you have to switch off the machine or stop the production, whatever it may be. All the things can be done automatically. So industry 4.0 is the next revolution. And the knowledge applied to agricultural society leads to agricultural 4.0. So what agricultural 4.0 is going to do? So the processing, all the processing are done by means of machineries. And the conditions of the soil condition and moisture conditions, temperature and humidity, all these conditions are monitored with the help of the sensors and share the data to the cloud. And from the cloud, the farmers can be intimated that these are the conditions today. So if you want to do such and such plants in your garden or in your field, you have to do the following procedures. So in this way, the technology updation will be there. So evolution of the knowledge society. So knowledge play a major role. The universities should come forward to design a curriculum in such a way that they have to, all the students will have the ability to present the things, practice the things, and then apply the things, the studied materials to the application. So every syllabus or every unit in the syllabus should have presentation, practice, and application. Then only we are moving towards the next level of the technology. So whenever we tell about the innovation, we need freedom. So innovation needs freedom, and freedom needs open source. Why we are going for open source? So instead of using Microsoft-based packages, we go for open source so that anywhere we can use it at any time. If there is any modification, we have to do it, and all the coding can be open to all. So we can utilize all the things without the help of others. So open source and education. When we talk about education, education is not a zero-sum game. The worldwide members of the education community work together to share ideas, build professional learning networks, and create learning models. The educators and the developers working together have the ability to create the quality, open, affordable software and hardware they need, and also build on the values that matter most of them. These tools can be made available to those who cannot afford commercial systems, but we want to educate the next generation. Not every school may have the capacity to contribute code or hire developers, but with a large community of the people working together, extraordinary things are happening in the future. Next, free open source software. Free open source software is a software that can be classified by both free software and open source software. That is, anyone is free license to use, copy it, study it, change it, upload it, and get modification in that software also. So you have the ability to change all the things. So the software in any way you have to change it. Change the source code, and the source code is openly shared to the public people and are encouraged to voluntarily improve the design of the softwares. So what are the major software open source players? Mozilla play a major role. With the help of the Mozilla, we have developed WOT. So Internet of Things is not an integration. What is the technology behind that? Data acquisition, data processing, data storage, and data communication, and actuate another device. This is the four concepts. So the Mozilla, with the help of the open source, we can do all these things. So next, Linux. I have already told about Linux, Apache, MySQL, and Python. With the help of these four, we have developed the IoT concept. And GitHub is a knowledge coding, where already so many codes are existing in that, and the people are working on the codes, working on the system, and uploaded the code in the GitHub. The students who are really interested in developing a software project may download from the GitHub. And open hardware and open source hardware refers to the design specification of the physical object, which are licensed in such a way that object can be studied, modified, created, and distributed to anyone. So I am one of the advisor of one of the company here, and VA Microsystems Chennai and DASA Lab. What they are doing is we have created an idea of the code along with the Node MCU or Arduino. We design a project and we upload the data for the open ThinkSpeak, a cloud structure where we upload the data. The students will upload the data on the ThinkSpeak, and they have developed an data analytical work there. And then the same thing can be used with the help of hardware. Adafruit is there, where all the hardwares are controlled through Adafruit open source software. So Linux, like open source software, the source code for open hardware, there is schematics, logical designs, CAD drawings or files, etc. is available for modification and enhancement by anyone under the permissive license. So we are free to use all these things. And some of the major open source hardware, Adafruit is a hardware where we design the hardware and write a coding, and it can be controlled remotely with the help of Adafruit software package. We have an Arduino package, we have a BeagleBone, we have Texas Instruments, and we have an Intel Edition hardware software. All these are open hardware so that the students can freely use these software for the development of the future projects. And Raspberry Pi, which play a major role today. And in our IoT work and in our model design or in our prototype design, we are using a gateway, Raspberry Pi based gateway, where all the data stored in this, so through all the data received through sensors are transferred to the cloud with the help of this Raspberry Pi. So writing a program with the help of the gateway and share the data to the cloud and process the data and make the data to actuate another device without the intervention of human. Next, whenever you are going to know about the IoT, smart devices play a major role. Now, all the companies are concentrated on designing smart devices. So green computing play a major role. What do you know about the term green computing? So green computing is a study and practice of designing, manufacturing, usage, and disposal of the products without affecting the environment. So we have to design a smart devices with green computing concept in our mind, and we can make use of the devices to connect it to the virtual assistant in our houses, and it should be controlled from anywhere, anytime, without having others to help. We know the whole world around us has completely changed now. The whole improving the customer services are changed. As per the CEO's report, by 2030, There will be no legal advisors. There will be no BPO services. All the mundane jobs are completely AI, and machine learning will take place, and the things are automatically happening. So we are very much struggling in designing such and such things. So the cost management, managing risk and security, market agility, the technology and establishment of the right infrastructure is the base for all these things. So the in future, the whole organization are completely depends on network services. So what we have, the government should come forward for the basic infrastructure facilities for the development of these technological aspects. So we are talking about future technology and future vision, how all the success of the technology will depends only on the user. If the user use the technology correctly, which shows the success. Whatever the technology we design, definitely there will be a flaw. No technology is 100% optimal. The technology progress is like an axe in the hands of the pathological criminals. So we are moving towards the next level called security issues. So the technology, as said by our Moni sir, the technology we are concentrate on these things are blockchain technology, next level drones technology, and third level 3D printing technology, robotics technology, IoT technology, Internet of Things, VR and AR, machine learning and artificial intelligence, and we are big data analytics. These are the some of the major future technological issues where the students should concentrate. Apart from their curriculum, the students should come forward to study one of the subjects and get certification from the certifying authority so that they should be employable in the company. So what the industry needs? The industry needs a student with critical thinking behavior. So your students with critical thinking. So what we are doing, the teachers should come forward to know about the technology. The teacher must be a network teacher. The teacher who is responsible for designing a curriculum is responsible for designing a content generation, and he is responsible for sharing the information to the students, and he is responsible for evaluating the student, and he must collaborate with the student with the different technological aspects we are having. We have the social media networking, and we have online communities, and we have the digital media and tool content developments, and we have the popular media also, blogs and wikis, and all these things are there. So Wikipedia play a major role, where wiki is a open source information system, where the people who are very much know about the subject will automatically upload the content to the wiki. So the wiki higher officials automatically go through the content, and if their contents are true, and if the contents are really good, they upload the content in the Wikimedia. So similarly, in Singapore, the youngsters, the students are jointly work together, and they form a open source techbeast.org. At the end of the session, I will give the website link, techbeast.org, to generate a knowledge resources where the students who are really interested come forward to share the ideas and put their talk and put their work on the techbeast.org, so that a new platform which is to be developed in the future. The teacher who is responsible for the future must update himself. The teacher who is not ready to know about the technology will definitely quit out in the future. There is no chance. So the technology will never replace the teachers. However, the teachers who know how to use the technology effectively to help their students connect and collaborate together online will replace those who do not. So learning to change, we have to adopt according to the environment. Increasingly, those who use the technology in a ways that expand their global connection are more likely to advance, while those who do not find themselves on the sideline. So the teachers will be ready to cope up with the new technology, and they have to learning to change in the future. And the topic which I focused on today is IoT. Why I am IoT is because IoT is an integration, technology integration, where all the other technology will be embedded in the systems. So when we want to know about the Internet of Things, the first we have to know how to collect the data. So data acquisition play a major role in the first point. Data acquisition, then data storage, then data processing, then decision making, and then communication, where we have to actuate the device. So data activation. So these are the 4 points which is to be noted. When we talk about the IoT, first you must know how the history of the IoT is and what is IoT, how the IoT works, and why IoT is important in this 21st century, and why IoT is applied, and when IoT is benefited. All these points are to be covered. And after that, at the end of the session, I show some of the videos to deliver what is in the reality, what is happening in the foreign countries, and how our technology is when India is lacking. So in the history of IoT, as said by our Moni sir, father of IoT, Kevin Ashton, who presented an IoT idea in the year 1999. The IoT evolved from convergence of the wireless technology, micro electromechanical systems, microservices, and the internet. This IoT evolved from M2M communication. I have already told the first level of communication is human to human. The next level of communication is human to machine. And the third level, machine to machine, where all the data will transfer automatically to the server, and the server will take care of the another machine to operate. So which connects the devices to the cloud, managing it, collecting data, and operating the other devices. So the machine will talk with each other in future. IoT is a natural extension of SCADA, the supervisory control and the data acquisition, which includes hardware and software components. The evaluation of this SCADA in such that the late generation of SCADA system was developed into the first generation of the IoT system. So the IoT system comes from the base SCADA system. What do you know about the term IoT? So IoT is a system which is an integration of all the existing components. So interrelated of computer devices, mechanical devices, and the digital devices, where the digital transformation will take place on these things. So what do you know about the term digital transformation? Digital transformation is the digitalization on digitization. So whenever we are surrounded by the binary data digitization, we have to process the data, and we have moving towards the digitalization to make it into a digital transformation. So IoT is a system which is an interrelated computing devices, mechanical and digital devices, and objects that are provided with a unique ID. Every object in the world should have an IP address. So you can directly access the devices with the help of the IP address and have the ability to transfer data over the communication network without requiring H2H, the human to human or human to machine interaction. So without the intervention of human, we have to do all the things in the future. The things in the IoT can be a person with a heart monitor implant, pacemaker, animal in the firm with a biochip responder, an automobile that has built-in sensors to alert the driver when the tire pressure is low, or any man-made object that was designed or that has assigned an IP address, that has designed with and assigning an IP address to that object and has the ability to transfer data over the network. What IoT will do? IoT will make the object smart. That means objects which are IoT based objects must be sustainable, it should be maintainable, it should be affordable, and it should be research oriented, and technology work. By enabling them to transfer the data to automate the task without human intervention. So what are the components needed? The students must know about to design an IoT. If the students want to do a IoT project, what are the components they need? Sensors or devices. We have plenty of IoT devices available. So if you want to do a project in agricultural project, there are so many agricultural monitoring based devices available here. Soil monitoring systems is available in China. So you can purchase it with the help of, in India, the cost of the kit is 20,000. So you can directly purchase the content and implement in your garden and study the behavior of the plants. And sensor devices, next what you need is an internet connection, connectivity. Then you have study some of the open source Python languages for data processing purpose, and then you have a connectivity user interface. So IoT is a virtual world, it's a physical world, and it's a digital world, and we can operate any service, any network, anyone can operate, anything can be do, and we can do the things at any place at any time. So wherever we go, we will do the things remotely, monitoring and actuate the things from there itself. So this is the 4 points, industry 4.0. So how IoT works? An IoT is an ecosystem consists of web-enabled smart devices that use embedded systems such as processors, sensors, communication hardware to collect, send, and act on the data by acquiring them from their environments. So that sensor collect data from the environment and transfer the data with the help of a protocol designed by you, depending upon the distance, and transfer the data to the cloud with the help of a gateway. And from the cloud, you can collect the data, process the data, and with the help of the decision-making concept, with the help of your program, you take the decision to operate a third device, third object. And the IoT devices will share the sensor data they collect by connecting to a IoT gateway or the edge device, where the data is either sent to the cloud to be analyzed or analyzed locally with the help of your local server. The connectivity, networking, and communication protocol used with these web-enabled devices largely depends upon the specific IoT applications deployed by me. The IoT can be make use of the artificial intelligence and machine learning to aid in making the data collection processes easier and more dynamic. So when these IoT data are come into effect, the server is going to struggle a lot in the future. So we are moving towards a new technology, serverless computing. So how it can be implemented? So next level, quantum computing and serverless computing, all these are the new technologies where the researchers are concentrate on by 2040. Most of the things are completely changed. Why IoT is more important for the present scenario of the university, colleges, and students? The Internet of Things help the people live and work smarter, as well as gain complete control over their lives. In addition to offering smart devices to automate home, IoT is essential to business, and IoT provide businesses with real-time look into how their systems really work, delivering their insights into everything from the performance of the machine to supply chain and logistical operations. IoT enables the companies to automate and reduce the labor cost. So in future, employability is the major problem. So the students who are having a really knowledgeable, the students who is having a creativity and critical thinking capacity, the company wants these people to design a new kind of product with the help of their knowledge. So it also cut down and waste and improve the services delivery, make it less expensive to manufacture and deliver goods, as well as offering transparency into consumer transactions. As such, IoT is one of the most important technologies of everyday life, and it will be continue to pick up steam as a more business realize the potential of connected devices to keep them competitive. So in future, all the wearable devices with sensors and software can collect and analyze user data, sending messages to the other messages to other technologies about the user with the aim of making users' life easier and more comfortable. So smart buildings can reduce energy cost using sensors that detect how many occupants are in a room, and the temperature can adjust automatically. So in future, IoT play a major role in the healthcare department. In the healthcare, the smart devices play a major role, and the aged peoples are tie up with these wearable devices, and we have to monitor their heart functioning rate, pulse rate, all these things are happening. So what is how the pulse rate is for the particular seconds. And the present Apple Watch has the facility of taking ECG of a person and send it to me, the doctor, immediately. So the doctor has the ability to know about the technology and use the technology and share the information to the patient. And he will monitor the patients more closely using the analysis of the data that are generated through the devices. So the hospitals can often use the IoT systems to completely the tasks such as inventory management for the both paramedical shop and the medical instruments they are having. All these things are integrated, and they have a good IC unit room where all the things in the IC unit are completely monitored by the doctors. So what are the common benefits of IoT enabled businesses? Normally, with help of IoT, we monitor the overall business process. We have improved the customer experience, save time and money. We have enhanced their employee productivity, integrate and adapt the business models, make better business decisions, and to generate more revenue with the help of these IoT businesses. So what are the advantages of this IoT? The IoT has the ability to access information from anywhere at any time on any device, as I have already said. Improved communication between connected electronic devices. Transferring the data packets over a connected network, which will save time and money. The automating task will help to improve the quality of the business services and also reducing the need for human intervention. So I repeatedly say that without the intervention of human, all the things are happening automatically by the year 2040. So technology play a major role. So what are the disadvantages? So whatever be the technology progress is like an axe in the hands of the pathological criminal, as I have already said. As the number of connected devices increases and more information is shared between the devices, the potential that hackers could steal the confidential information also increases. So you must be very care of the usage of the system. So the success of the technology depends only on the user. If the user use the technology correctly, which shows the success. Otherwise, it is not a success rate. So enterprises may eventually have to deal with massive numbers and maybe even millions of IoT devices, and collecting and managing the data from all those devices will be a challenging task in the future. If there is a error or if there is a bug in the system, it is likely that every connected devices will become corrupted. So there is no international standard of compatibility for IoT till now. So it is very difficult for the devices from the different manufacturers to communicate with each other. So what we need, we need some of the standards, international standards, to design a product, IoT product, to design the standard, the IoT compatibility of IoT. So what are the function of IoT? The major functions: object identification. First, you have to know about identifying the object. Next, remote monitoring and data access. And fourth level, the third level is data communication. And fourth level is actuation. That means actuation control. That is actuating a third object without the intervention of human. So getting a data, finding the object, monitoring the object, access the data, communicate the data to operate the third final object. So when you know about, if you want to know about the architecture, what are the stages of the IoT architecture? So you must know about these 4 layers: data gathering layer, data transmission layer, data process information, and smart applications. So the sensing layer is the data gathering layer, where the physical objects and sensors and actuators are ready for use of the IoT. And in the network layer, internet gateways, that means Raspberry Pi, which is ready to transfer data to the cloud. And the processing information, where data analysis and decision making, all these are done with the help of the decision processing layer. The processing unit is here. We have to write a program and do the processing applications. And finally, we are a smart applications, where the smart applications and managements are there. So whatever applications you need must be decided in the application layer, and using the data and using the communication network and getting the data from the sensors, you have to take decisions and apply for as per the applications as you need it. So what are the standards we need for the wireless technologies? IPv6, we are moving from IPv4 to IPv6 with a low power wireless PAN. Is an open standard defined by the IETF. The 6 LoRaWAN PAN standard enables low power radio to communicate with the internet, including 804.15 for IEEE standard, and the Bluetooth low energy protocol, which play a major role for the low range of protocols. Zigbee is also a low power, low data, and Zigbee already processed in the 10 years back. Also Zigbee, we are doing this IoT transfer of data with the help of Zigbee. Light OS is a Unix like operating system for wireless sensor network. And we have a COPE, constrained application protocol, a protocol that is designed by Internet Engineering Task Force that specify how these low power compute constrained devices can operate in the Internet of Things. LoRaWAN is a protocol which is mainly used today in major cities, where suppose if you want to use agricultural automation, you have a lot of sensors available in the market. With the help of this wireless with the help of the temperature sensors, humidity sensors, and we have soil moisture sensors, all these sensors are connected with the help of a LoRaWAN, and the data automatically transferred to the server with the help of a gateway Raspberry Pi. So what is the frameworks? We are IoT frameworks. Already there are so many service providers are in the market. Amazon will provide AWS IoT services provided by the IoT provider. That means IoT is a cloud computing platform for IoT released by Amazon. This framework is designed to enable the smart devices easily connect and securely interact with the AWS cloud and other connected devices. So Microsoft Azure designed an IoT suite, a platform that consists of set of services that enable the user to interact with and receive data from their IoT devices and perform various operations over the data through multi-dimensional analysis, transformation, and aggregation, and visualize those operations in a way that is suitable for the business. So Google Brillo is a platform for the rapid implementation of IoT applications. So you can search all these things from the internet also. If you want to know more about on these framework details, you can go to the website and get the details. So this IoT oriented communication protocol that serve as a communication language between the device and the cloud. So what are the applications? In the consumer segment, Smart homes are equipped with smart thermostat, smart appliances, and connected heating, lighting, and electronic devices which can be controlled remotely via smartphones. All the wearable devices with the sensors and software can collect and analyze data, sending messages to the technologies about the user with the aim of making users' lives easier and more comfortable. Smart buildings can reduce energy costs using sensors that detect how many occupants are in a room. The temperature can be adjusted automatically with the help of monitoring the density of the people in the room. In the healthcare, IoT offers many benefits, including the ability to monitor the patients more closely using an analysis of the data that are gathered through sensors. The hospitals use IoT systems to complete the tasks such as their inventory management, their pharmaceuticals and medical instruments. All these are integrated in the healthcare systems. In agriculture, IoT smart farming systems that will help to monitor, for instance, light, temperature, humidity, and soil moisture of crop fields using connected sensors. IoT is an instrumental in automating an irrigation system. So we have soil NPK sensor available in the market to detect nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, the soil conditions.
Can
With
you
the help,
speak to the mic, please? Voice is coming down.
okay, right. So the precision agriculture. Today we are concentrated the temperature, humidity, soil moisture, pH value, light, NPK, plant nutrition meters are all these things are monitored with the help of these sensors. So method of observing, measuring, and responding to variability in crop growth. We have to minimize the resource utilization and pollution with the help of the sensors. So IoT will reduce the cost of production. What is the working mechanism? So this is the sensors available. The sensor will measure the data. It will identify the temperature, light, and humidity, and also the moisture conditions. Through the gateway, it will send the data to the cloud, and from the cloud, the farmer will get the data in his mobile phone and noted the climatic conditions and to how the crop condition today. And we have to suppose it can be altered or it can be monitored with the help of a camera also. We can, with the help of the camera, that means we can monitor the behavior of the study of the plants. So what kind of plant we are doing and what is there any insects affected in the plants? All these things are monitored with the help of a camera and it should be analyzed and the information should be transferred to the farmer. So what are the precision agricultural steps to be followed? Sensors collect the data directly from the farms. Collected data are forwarded to the gateway. Processed data are sent to the cloud database. Then predictive decisions are taken on the basis of the analytical reporting time. So the farmers are instructed to take immediate action through the mobile alert. So benefits of IoT. So the IoT technology benefiting the today's modern farming industry. With the help of the drones, we can monitor the field. With the help of the sensors, water management can be controlled. With the help of the sensors, soil monitoring can be controlled. And with the help of the sensors, all the machines and routine operations are already fixed in the field. And all the things should be happening without the intervention of human. So what is the outcome of this precision agriculture? Effective water irrigation, improved soil energy with minimum fertilizers and pesticides, plant growth and disease management, product loss prevention, obtaining maximum yield with less pollution, immediate real-time alert about the crop growth, improve the quality and quantity of the products. So these are some of the applications where the Internet of Things can be used in all the fields. In future, IoT play a major role in all the fields. So the students should be come forward to know about this technology and apply, generate and create a prototype and discuss with your teachers and implement the things with the industries also. So industry 4.0 also one of the major player role in the future. So I wish to deliver some of the videos how Amazon will deliver the product to the public. So if you order the product, the Amazon will use the drones and deliver the product within 30 minutes of the surroundings. And if the aviation department give permissions to this, it will be implemented throughout. Sir, please run the video, sir.
It's well over a decade since Amazon launched its Prime delivery service. In fact, it was 2007 when the company first introduced us to unlimited next-day shipping on what was at the time almost 1 million products. But in 13 years, we've seen little change. That is, until recently. Many areas now offer same-day delivery. But behind closed doors, Amazon had been working on an ambitious plan to realize almost instant delivery. The goal? Just 30 minutes, from the click of the Order Now button to the tangible products in our hands. Every delivery company can agree that the final mile or so of a product's journey is the most expensive. As it leaves a shipping container and steps away from the lorry's vessel, it enters the smallest vehicle yet, vans and sometimes cars. Rather than carrying millions of products, a driver can now only carry a few dozen. Employing thousands of drivers comes at incredible cost to shipping companies. Amazon has been toying with the idea of cutting out these final employees with autonomous machines such as the 6-wheeled Scout robot. Its latest venture, however, has taken to the air. Testing has been taking place for Amazon's fleet of drones since 2013. But it wasn't until 2020 that the company received approval from the Federal Aviation Administration to operate a fleet of delivery drones. The online shopping giant joined the list of companies experimenting with the idea, including Wing Aviation, owned by Google's parent company Alphabet, and UPS Flight Forward. The concept is simple, but how exactly does it work? When an order is received at a local fulfillment center, it makes its way through the usual packaging process before finding itself in a special box designed to be carried by one of the company's drones. After being picked up by one of these, the drone is carried to an outdoors takeoff spot on a mini rail network. It's not until it's outdoors that the fully electric motors spin into action, ready for takeoff. Ascending vertically, the drone will reach an altitude of less than 400 feet before beginning its journey to the customer's house. Just like a self-driving car, the drone houses a number of special sensors to help it understand its surroundings, including GPS, visual, thermal, and sonar detectors. This allows it to paint 3D pictures of the world around it, including obstacles on the ground like people, telephone wires, and buildings, as well as airborne intrusions such as hot air balloons and other drones. This forms the basis of what Amazon calls sense and avoid technology. When the drone has arrived at the customer's house, it begins to scan for a safe landing spot. We're unsure how this process works, but from videos it could work as one of two ways. This could involve the drone assessing a predetermined landing area, either set up by the customer or a mapping system, or a special mat could be placed down by the customer, which provides the drone with a reference point. The tech on this mat could be as simple as a color-coded symbol for the drone to read, or it could involve a QR code which confirms the correct location. For a more private experience, the mat may even use a combination of Bluetooth and ultra-wideband for pinpoint accuracy, although this would have to involve charging the mat between uses. It's safe to say we don't know at this point, and Amazon could be trying a combination of all these ideas out right now. Currently, the weight limit for parcels is set at just £5, which is 2.3 kilograms, which doesn't sound like a lot, but Amazon claims more than 3/4 of its parcels weigh less than this. Just like cars, various models will be designed for different environments. Some suited to the agile nature of city centres and some suited to the high-speed crossing of rural areas. Once the delivery has been successfully made, the drone returns to the fulfillment centre before embarking on another mission. In the event of a collision, some believe the drones will be instructed to dismantle themselves mid-flight because smaller and lighter pieces of debris are less dangerous than a 25-kilogram man-made asteroid heading for an innocent human. Others believe intentional collisions will be forced, as crashing into something like a tree will be less catastrophic than somebody's car. The current problem is that fulfillment centres inhabit a large area, which means they are found in semi-rural areas just outside the city boundaries. This is great for the handful of people who live locally to these warehouses, but city dwellers are larger in numbers and generally order more packages online. Amazon's solution? Patents have already been filed for the fulfillment centre's city-dwelling cousins. These buildings are expected to resemble beehives, tall in design and with multiple takeoff and landing zones across the surface. A design similar to the unfavourably named Gherkin in London's financial district could be beneficial, allowing it not only to serve as a landmark for drones to use, but with floor space in cities so expensive, height is a sensible option. Not only this, it could allow the company to have its own airspace monitoring facility high in the sky, just like an airport's air traffic control centre. The potential is huge here. We're talking an Amazon-inspired city, of course entirely hypothetical for now. Everything could double its purposes. Lampposts could become charging points for drones. Rooftops could become waiting areas, which could help regulate high-demand areas. Public spaces could become drop-off points for people lacking in private outdoor spaces, as is the case for many apartments in the city. The chances of seeing a fully-fledged Amazon drone delivery service anytime soon are very slim, however. Whereas vans navigate a series of roundabouts, traffic lights and junctions on a 2D scale, there's no such traffic management in our urban airspaces, which operate on a 3-dimensional scale. Don't be disappointed though. Amazon is working to realize this dream. A very important date for the company was December 7th, 2016. This was the date that its first customer received his first drone-delivered Amazon parcel via Prime Air. From purchase to delivery, the smooth process took just 13 minutes, less than half the goal time frame. He was able to choose from thousands of products from his local fulfillment centre in Cambridge, England, and was one of just 2 customers to be part of the initial trial, before it extended to include hundreds more participants. To speed up the process, Amazon plans to act within the regulations, which means less time spent bending the rules. Current US regulations require drones to fly under 400 feet at speeds of less than 100 miles per hour. Prime Air will operate between 200 and 500 feet at speeds of up to 50 miles per hour, within a 10-mile radius of their base stations. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos famously described the success of his company was thanks to its obsession over the end-to-end experience, from the customer's initial engagement with the website to the arrival of a product. Online tracking and often faster than anticipated delivery times have stunned millions of customers, but things are about to get a whole lot better. With years of planning under its belt and its huge expertise in online shopping and delivery, we're excited to see Amazon's final solution to deliver thousands of packages in less than 30 minutes. But have you ever received a parcel by a robot? If so, what was your experience?
How? So in the first level of learning procedure, we are moving towards face-to-face contact teaching, and the next level of ICT-based teaching, and the third level we are moving towards blended level teaching, and fourth level of international standard of the teaching we call as flipped learning methodology, where a video is played to the students, and with the help of the video, the students and the teachers discussed about what kind of technology is to be adopted and how the technology is to be implemented. And we
Dr. Perumal,
sir?
there's a lot of screens are coming, and I think you can come out of the screen and then videos can be played. Okay.
So, and another thing, so the second video, please ask him to run the second video.
Yeah.
李法秋，准备好了吗？你干！开心的，你干净；悲伤的，你干；愤怒的，你干净；傲娇的，强硬的，你干净。
And the third
Next
video,
video, Manish.
and the
Mr.
third
Manish,
video
next video.
is a
So this is Kiss Messenger, or Kissinger for short. With this device here has pressure sensors to measure the pressure from your lips.
So you can experience the pressure of a simultaneous bidirectional snog.
Yes, that's right, yes. But through the internet.
That's amazing.
You can be separated by thousands of kilometers and kiss each other.
Kissinger is a great way to bond with the parents and children when you're away at work overseas. We have high precision force sensors that are embedded under the silicone lip to measure the dynamic forces at different parts of your lips during a kiss. And the device will get this data from your lips and send it to your phone, which will in turn transmit the data to your partner through the internet in real time. We also have miniature linear actuators that are used to produce the same lip pressure on your partner's lips, and your partner will be able to kiss you like a real-time kiss through the internet. You can have a video call with your partner and use Kissinger as a way to connect to your partner through the internet in an intimate way. Research has shown that touch is a very important interaction, especially for human relationships. And through the internet, you can only see or hear from your friends and families, but you can't really touch them. With Kissinger, you can actually have a video chat with your friends and families over the internet and kiss them at the same time. It's a great two-way interaction and it feels like a real kiss.
and the fourth
Video 4.
Where Beluga comes from is that we're trying to utilize modern design and technology to produce beds that you have full control so that you can customize in any way you wish. The Aircel suspension system is very unique because it allows you to control its firmness and it stays as new throughout the lifespan of the bed. It acts like a spring, but it's very soft and it yields itself around you rather than resist you. Our climate control works by using ambient air already in your room, which we then are able to either heat or let pass through to, in the summertime, ventilate you to keep you cool, and in the wintertime to actually warm the bed so it's not chilled when you come to use it. We've incorporated a vibro massage that's pressure point rather than a bed being vibrated. It's directly placed in vibration sensors beneath specific pressure points in your body. The Curtis Light was developed to help you navigate your way in the dark without disturbing your partner. It automatically comes on, and we use an external wireless sensor that allows the light to come on for a certain amount of time to help guide you to and from your bed. We also have a variety of colors that you can choose of what ambient lighting you'd like when they come on. Anti-snoring system we developed because it's just one of the most disruptive experiences you have with a partner. We used our very specialized air suspension system to change the angle at which you sleep when snoring is monitored. We have a built-in sensor within the mattress that is specifically tuned to pick up your frequency of sound when you start snoring. It will change the tilt of your head and your neck for both partners separately. The idea of technology in a bedroom is a challenge, and we felt that it was very important to keep the ambience of the bedroom technology-free. And everything we design is designed to be invisible and unseen. Everything you'd normally have in your room to create the ambience you want is the most important thing. Our control of the bed is either through an app, or you can have our own touchscreen remote control if you wish to use that. Beyond that, we have obviously the sleep monitoring system, which can interact with your existing sleep monitoring technology as a wearable or as something you have on your smartphone or tablet.
Hello. So the final the flipped learning concepts. The students and the teachers interact with the technological, which is the technology-based videos, and what kind of technology is available and how the technology is implemented, and how we can promote the students to design a prototype of all these types, whether not fully. So we have to train the students for an end-to-end solutions, so that they have the ability to design a product in the future and make them to be an entrepreneur. So final point, IoT security and privacy issue. So IoT devices are closely connected, and all hackers have to do it exploit on the vulnerability to manipulate all the data. So rendering it unusual, manufacturers that do not update their devices regularly. So you must update it frequently. The connected devices often ask users to input their personal information, including name, age, address, phone numbers, and even social media accounts. So information that is invaluable to hackers. Hackers are not only the threat to the Internet of Things. Privacy is another major concern in the IoT users. For instance, the companies that will make and distribute consumer IoT services could use those devices to obtain and sell users' personal data. Beyond leaking of these personal data, IoT possesses a risk to critical infrastructure, including electricity, transportation, and financial service. So with that, I conclude my talk. And if you want to know more about these IoT, WOT, and the protocols which you need, the open source website available, techbeast.org, an open source knowledge based website for doing project. So you can subscribe it, and you can have a chance to develop and present and explore your ideas to this website, so that you have also a member of that open source community. So with that, I conclude my part. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to deliver this series.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Arumuga Perumal. You can come out of the share button. Thank you very much for your very, professorial lecture with a lot of technology, practical experience, and very insightful, insights, a lot of things that which you covered, and also practical experience through video. This is an important thing that I was quite impressed by the videos which you have shown. It is really mind-boggling. That the thing is that Amazon sense and avoid technology. Now today the students, they sense it that it is very difficult task, so let us avoid it. So this is, it is two sides of the blade, sense and avoid technology. So but we have to have sense and attract technology, so that whoever is avoiding it. And before that, I would like to invite Dr. Jayanta Mahato. Are you online, Mr. Dr. Jayanta? Dr. Jayanta? Mr. Manish? Okay, so he wanted to. Mr. Manish is Dr. Jayanta Mahato is online?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, fine. So thank you very much, Dr. Arumuga Perumal, for your very important lecture on the topic, enabling technologies for future vision. Now, even though I have mentioned a lot of technologies and so on and so forth, the emerging technology, and your topic is that enabling technology and future vision, where you took IoT and all the enabling technologies which make IoT is a complete product, a device, a thing. And it is very important that, how it is going to be there by 2040. You also given a complete, journey and a value chain, and how it has to be done in an educational institution, what is to be taught, how it is to be taught. And, even one technology, this is IoT technology, which is very important because it has got a lot of embedded technologies inside. Now it is artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data analytics, and wireless technologies and sensor technologies, and mission to mission connectivity and so on and so forth. And you also said it that it's a no standard international for communications or IoT communications. Now this is for the you said it, no international standard of compatibility for IoTs. Anybody can come out with their own the way in which their own way of fabrication. And because this is going to be an important thing in the days to come, so standards play an important role. It is like a plug and play. It is not a proprietary devices. It is a plug and play has to come. This is where you rightly said it, open source software and open source hardware. So open source software and open source hardware have to be pluggable wherever it is necessary. And this is where the community will get benefit out of it. It is more important. The community at large has to get benefit out of it. The student community has to understand. And you also said it that the teacher, it has to be a networked teacher. And how the teacher has to be, completely technology oriented. This is more important. New education policy 2020, emphasize this, that the teacher who has to communicate with the students have to be abreast of all the emerging technology. It is not only the teachers from the computer science department.
For all.
Irrespective of the computer science department, all teachers, starting from the primary school to the higher educational institution, the teaching community, the teachers have to be a technology expert. He or she has to adopt technology, use technology to communicate to the students. Previously, we had a classroom, 30 students with one teacher. Depending upon the teacher's capability, understanding of a particular problem, the 30 students get the method. But some students pick up. Some students have got the capability to go for tuition. Other students don't have the the appropriate capabilities to go for tuition, to understand. But today, a student has got more number of teachers. So in a networked world, that's why, in one of the lecture, Dr. Jabamale Vinanchi Arachi is a former principal advisor to the Director General UNIDO, said it in this webinar series, that this is, open innovation and value creation network in the digitalized world for self-reliant economy. Self-reliant economy. It's very important. Open innovation is more important. And the open innovation can be, instilled in the minds of the students only by the teacher who is technologically enabled, technologically, advanced, and be a teacher of history, be a teacher of geography, be a teacher of biology, be a teacher of English, be a teacher of mathematics. They have to be, digital technology oriented. It is more important, and it is more than automation. And they have to be involved in theoretical research and commercial research, because digital technology facilitates your theoretical research into commercial research. And in order to summarize, and I would like to put it that Dr. Perumal, with your vast experience, and you did a wonderful job of today's webinar series. And this has motivated, and this will motivate it, because this talk is online. It will be available in YouTube, and we'll also send you the link, which you can put it in your own personal website or your own departmental website. It also will be available in the university website as a catalog. It will facilitate lot of startups, lot of research students, lot of faculty members who would like to understand. This will be made. This will be available. And you also talked about that how virtual computing is going to take place. That, and you also said it that how 5Cs are going to do transformation of the students, and we have to, the both ways have to be creative in nature, and critical evaluations, and strong communications, and collaborations, and computational exercises. So the thing is that this is where the open source technology, both the open source software and hardware, are going to be very important. And you also said it, very low cost framework. You talked about LAMP. It means that teacher is always a lamp for a student. We are all, I am, for example, I am here in this level is because of my teacher, and my teachers both, the teachers have given me a lamp from the school days. The lamp is in this today's era, in the digitalized world, lamp is Linux, Apache, and MySQL, and PHP. And this lamp is very important. I think that it is the responsibility of every teacher has to give a lamp to their students. It is very important. And when a student come out from the school, when a student come out from higher education institution, apart from the subject on which he was taught, he also has to come out as a computer science student. Computer science has become a denominator. It's a denominator, and this has to be made equally available to. There should not be any digital divide, and BharatNet will make a fantastic contribution if it reaches to every home in the rural area, and it is very important. It started in 2010. Now today is the 11th year. Now after the 11th year, now this government has involved private sectors to make the mission of BharatNet to reach every house in the country with high-speed connectivity. And you also said it that you traveled through a big journey: agricultural society, industrial society, and knowledge society. And it is agriculture 4.0 which I drive, and industry 4.0 I drive, and knowledge society 5.0. Today, Japanese society is in 5.0. And so agriculture 4.0, industry 4.0, and society 5.0 are the pathways. And all regulations of the government can be undertaken through regulatory tech startups. It is necessary. And this can provide umpteen number of employment opportunities. And during my talk, I said it that since the present chairman of ISRO is from Kanyakumari district and is also the student of Hindu College, and why can't we have a space startup in Kanyakumari district? But I'm also telling that agriculture sector alone can have one agri-deep tech startup in every Gram Panchayat. 2.25 lakh, agri-tech startup, in the country. To facilitate 14.5 crore operational holders in the country, who are 85% of small, constituting small and marginal farmers having 2 hectares of land. So huge opportunity. Today's talk on IoT and the journey which you travel, it's very important that, that every engineering college, 4,500 engineering college who teach computer science, more than 18,000 non-engineering colleges who teach computer science, can do a big role, in digitalizing rural economy and undertaking digital transformation through their students very effectively through IoT technology and the BharatNet. And then you also said it very clearly that the world around us has completely changed, and the technology processes are like acts in the hands of pathological animal. you quoted from Albert Einstein. And you also say that the teacher has to be a networked teacher. New education policy, National Education Policy 2020 talks about that networked teacher. And he talked about what is IoT, how IoT will work, and why IoT is so important, and where it can be applied, and when it will be beneficial, and also that is advantages and disadvantages. And he also talked about that it's a very important technology, and the benefits, advantages, and disadvantages. And also very nicely said it that you displayed that IoT architecture. It's very important. This is some of the things that which you brought it out. Is for the people who participated in the program are very much beneficial. You also talked about IoT framework. You talked about Amazon, Web Services IoT framework, and Microsoft's Azure IoT suite, and Google's Brillo and Weave framework. Also shown an example of IoTs in healthcare, agriculture, SMEs, and home and irrigation systems. And it is a very important talk today. Dr. Arumuga Perumal, we know each other for more than 35 years, and I thought that it's a time that I should invite you to deliver a talk in this very important webinar series, because this I started during the COVID-19 pandemic. And today is the 43rd edition. And every Saturday at 11:30, the program starts. And it has been addressed by experts, practitioners, and teachers from India and abroad. And then Thursday, and we have a national webinar series on doubling farmers, income by 2022, Atmanirbhar Bharat in agriculture. Because rural India needs digital transformation in agriculture sector and industry sector, SMEs, and health sector. Agriculture and health SMEs generate a lot of data, and we need large scale use of our application of artificial intelligence and big data analytics to analyze this data. We need informatics professionals, and that's why the Soviet Institute of Engineering Technology has set up 5 centers of excellence to drive technology adoption in rural area, to convert to rural youths, boys and girls, and graduates who would like to adopt digital technology for rural development rural India development. That centers are Center for Agriculture, Informatics, and E-Governance Research Studies, Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, Center for Informatics, Development Solutions and Applications, and Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Applications, and Center for Health Informatics and Computing. So our primary denominators are agricultural sector, SMEs. The country has got about something like 63 million SMEs. They have to be globalized, and they have to be digitally transformed. The CEOs of 63 million SMEs has to be digitally transformed. And then health sector. And all rural primary health, clinics, doctors has to be AI-enabled clinic. They join after MBBS, they never get trained on new technologies till their retirement. And clinical clinics are the disease discovery. They identify disease, and now everybody runs to specialty hospital. There is only a special treatment, and this is that. So that's why that clinical AI, it means that interface between machine learning and hospitals, health is very important. So, and with this, I would like to thank Dr. S. Arumuga Perumal, Associate Professor and Head of the Computer Science and Research, South Travancore, Hindu College, Nagercoil, state of Tamilnadu, for delivering a very important and wonderful talk today on the topic enabling technologies for future vision. Thank you, Dr. Perumal, and I thank the Honorable Chancellor of the Sobit Institute of Engineering and Technology and His Excellency, Secretary General, African Asian Rural Development Organization, New Delhi, and the participants for your participation in greetings from Sobit University. For more research inquiries, please contact Professor Moni Madaswamy, Professor Emeritus and Chairman, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Application, and Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application, and former Director General, National Informatics Center, Government of India, New Delhi. My email ID is moni@sobituniversity.ac.in. Have a nice day.